Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Today we're going to review and play Last Line VR, a zombie defense game. A game by developer Astro Quality Games, released on the Steam Store July 26, 2019 for the Valve Index, HTC Vive, and the Oculus Rift. It normally retails for $19.99. It's currently on sale 20% off. I got a free Steam key through the Steam Curator Connect program. This was a very tough call for me on whether to recommend this game or not. There are some things I liked about this game, and I did enjoy the challenge. But at the end of the day, I'm going to have to not recommend this game. I think there's just too many issues, and the game overall is just very mediocre. I could tell the developer put a lot of effort into this game, but it's still just not good enough. This is a zombie defense game, and everyone wants to do Call of Duty Zombies in VR, and there have been some good attempts, but there has yet to be one game in VR that we can truly say this is a great game as far as survival zombie defense game a la Call of Duty Zombies type gameplay. This game tries to do that. It actually has 3 different modes. It has a story mode, it has an endless horde mode, and it also has a pure zombie defense type game that it tries to do, although it's very experimental, and it was probably the buggiest experience for me personally. I enjoyed the story mode the best, and I thought the intermediate, the cinematic scenes in between all the action was pretty well done, given what was there. A lot of it is just static scenes with voiceovers. The voice acting is not very good, but actually the script I liked. I thought it was very good writing, and it did give you a sense of feeling, a sense of emotion for being there, and it really brought this sense of danger to the world. I really liked the cinematic scenes, even though they were very plain. A lot of it were just static scenes with voiceovers. Still, it was well done, well directed, given for what it was. For what it was really well done. Congratulations on the dev for that. The actual game itself, however, needs a lot of work, needs a lot of polish. It's not anywhere where I would consider this game to be anywhere near a finished game. I was surprised this game is not in early access, because this is the type of game that really needs to be in early access. As far as the story mode, you basically have 3 different maps that you go to, and that really is a story mode. So the first map, you're in this World War II looking type scene, and you have a day and night scene for all the different environments. Then you move on to what looks like, I don't know, like a mountain scene, I guess, and you're like in just this little cave type setting. And then finally you're like in this open farm type thing, where finally, if you survive the waves, you finally you escape on this ship. And I'm going to show the cinematic for that near the end of my video. It's kind of hilarious when you think about it. The gameplay itself, though, was rather mediocre. None of the guns felt great. And it felt to me that a lot of the strategy was just to pick the best weapon available. So if you can find a weapon where you don't have to reload with the ammo containers, that would be the best type of weapon. There are a few types of weapons such as those, and those are usually the best because you don't have to be running around trying to get reloads and having to spend money on those reloads. And as you can see on this level that I'm trying, I use the same gun basically because I don't have to use those ammo crates there, those little ammo boxes. If you have to use those ammo boxes, you have to stay really close to those ammo boxes, and you have to pay every time to get the ammo to reload, and there's a big delay in the ammo animations. Now this repeater does have a little pause in between shots. As you can see, I take my shots, there's a little reload animation that self reloads, and then I go back to spamming my shot. But this is probably the best weapon in the game, just because you don't have to use the ammo containers, the ammo boxes, and then you can just spam your shots, and you can kill with a good bit with this gun. So that's what I use. Once you get some money and you're able to place some of those Tesla turrets around, it becomes very easy. In this last level, which is pretty similar to every of the other environments. It's hard. It's difficult at first. The first few waves are the most difficult ones because you don't have any turrets down. You don't have any money. You usually don't have a good weapon. And so really the first few waves of the level are the most difficult. And as you progress, it gets easier. And that's just a bad game design. That should not be your game design. That as long as you're able to get money to place a lot of turrets, it becomes super easy. And you can see at the end, it was just super easy for me because the Tesla turrets were doing most of the work, and I was just picking them off. I'm not even sure if I had to, but as long as you're there, you might as well shoot at stuff. So it really was much easier here towards the end than it was at the beginning. Getting past the first few waves was the difficult part for this game. As far as the other modes, the endless mode, it does become interesting because there is a new type of enemy that's introduced. It's like a mini boss type, and I like that, but that's not in the story mode, surprisingly. Like in the story mode, there really is not that much difference between the zombies. If you want to be generous, there's like 4 types of zombies. There's a crawling zombie, there's the zombies with some type of armor, and then there's a zombie with the shield and the armor. And then at the very end, like I said, there's like a mini boss in the endless mode, but that's not in the story mode. So really there's only 4 types of zombies, and pretty much they all act the same. They just all run towards you. The only thing that acts any different is the mini boss zombie that's in the endless mode, but it's not in the story mode. Now, I found several errors that really made me not recommend this game. One of the errors is, for whatever reason, you do have full locomotion and you do have snap turning, but all of a sudden your movement would be a lot slower. Like, for what, and I don't know the reason why, but all of a sudden you're moving normally, and then all of a sudden you move ultra slow, and I have no idea why that would happen, but that would happen a lot. Some of the reloads just didn't seem to want to happen. I would hit the ammo container and just would not reload. It'd have to fidget around with it to finally get it to reload, and that was very annoying. Putting down some of the turrets was a chore sometimes because they just did not want to be placed, and I had to keep throwing that ball, wasting precious seconds trying to do that because they just didn't want to go down. There was also some other errors. The menu UI was very unintuitive. In the home defense mode, the other error that I noticed was, for whatever reason, I couldn't open the door even though I had enough money. I don't know if that's an error or if that's just a gameplay element where you have to play a certain amount of time before you can open it, but I know I had enough money to open the door and it just would not open. Overall, it's just mediocre and it's too many errors to recommend.